And you know that most people believe that in order to keep healthy at an age, you need to move more, stay active, and not stop. But what if I tell you that this is not quite so, that your well-being does not depend on the number of steps or speed of movement? What if something else is more important to you? If you are 70, 80, or more years old, maybe it's time to change your approach to life, and today I will tell you about 5 simple but very deep tips from Buddhist teachings that can improve your life right now. Today we will talk about what is really important for your health and mental peace. In our time, everyone is used to hearing move more, do not give up, fight with age, but what if this is not always the best way? What if slow down, awareness, and the ability to live in harmony can bring you more joy than an endless race? Watch this video to the end, because the 5th tip that I will share with you is just what you need to hear. And have you ever felt that life has passed like a moment, leaving behind only memories of the hustle and bustle? Recently, I spent a day in my grandmother's house. She is 90 years old, and although her body has become weaker, she still has a lot of energy. Her spirit was full of wisdom. She sat in her chair by the window, holding a cup of tea in her hands, and with love looked at the flowering trees in the garden. I sat down next to her and asked, "Grandma, what do you feel looking at all this?" She smiled, and her eyes lit up. "You know, when I was younger, it seemed to me that life is a race. I tried to have time for everything, work, family, housework. But now I understand that the happiest moments were where I stopped, where I just sat, watched, listened, loved. Everything good happens when you stop rushing." She shared her wisdom with me, which remained in my heart forever. These were simple but deep tips that helped her live happily in her years. Today, I will tell you about these 5 rules that she passed on to me. These rules are inspired by Buddhist teachings and are able to bring joy and peace to your life. Pay special attention to the 5th. This is the key to harmony, which will help you find inner peace. But before that, I want to ask you, do you feel that sometimes life goes too fast and you lose strength for things that do not bring happiness? If so, then you are definitely not alone. The first rule of my grandmother is slowing down. She said, "Slow down. You begin to see what you are missing when you are in a hurry." Try to imagine for a moment that you no longer need to hurry anywhere. In the morning, instead of immediately turning on your phone or doing business, sit by the window with a cup of tea, feel the aroma of the drink, look at the sky. Just be in this moment. Buddhist wisdom teaches that when you slow down, you enter a state of awareness. You begin to notice the beauty around you, the sounds of nature, the smiles of your loved ones, your own thoughts. Life becomes deeper when you live it slowly. The second rule is to find joy in simple things. My grandmother shared her secret with me. Sometimes I just sit in the garden and watch how the light plays on the leaves, how the birds sing. It gives me more happiness than I could imagine. You can also start with a simple thing. Find 3 things that make you happy every day. It can be the warmth of a sunbeam on your face, the taste of a freshly cooked dish, or a conversation with a person dear to you. Write down these moments so that in difficult times you can remind yourself that happiness is always near. Buddhism says that you don't need to look for happiness. It's already here, every moment. Just notice it. The 3rd tip is to learn to let go. My grandmother said, "I realized that wearing old grudges or regrets is the same as carrying a heavy suitcase that you no longer need. Let go, and you will feel light." Ask yourself what keeps you in the past. What thoughts or emotions take away your energy? Perhaps it is fear of the future, regret about the past, or even expectations that you could not justify. Buddhism teaches that letting go is an act of liberation. Let yourself be at peace with what you have, and feel how the tension disappears. The 4th tip is gratitude. Every evening, when the day comes to an end, remember 3 things for which you are grateful. It can be anything: a delicious lunch, support from a friend, the coziness of your home. My grandmother said, "When I am grateful for what I have, I feel how my soul is filled with warmth." The practice of gratitude helps us to see life as it is, complete, abundant, and beautiful. Even in difficult moments, gratitude can bring back joy and peace. The 5th and most important tip is to find time for inner silence. My grandmother told me, silence is not emptiness. It is the moment when you hear yourself. Try to devote a few minutes of meditation every morning or evening. It is not difficult. Sit in a comfortable place, close your eyes, and just breathe. Feel how the air fills your lungs and then slowly leaves. At this moment, you connect with yourself. Buddhist teachings say that true peace comes from within. When you find this silence, you stop being dependent on the outside world. You begin to feel that happiness is already inside you. We live in a world where haste has become the norm. Since childhood, We have been taught that success comes to those who do a lot and never stop. But ask yourself a question. Is it true that constant activity makes you happier? With age, the body asks for more peace, but the mind still strives for the same speeds. And instead of enjoying this period of life, many feel guilty for what they do is not enough. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that happiness is not in speed, but in living in a rhythm that suits you. At the age of 70 or 80, it is time to slow down and discover a completely new way of living every day. These 5 rules can completely change your perception of life. They teach you to slow down, rejoice, let go, thank, and find peace in yourself. See you in the next video.